even with AI, I worry some people will kind of slip into a waterfall mentality because they think, well, if I just completely define the spec and everything, then it's good to go, right? But in reality, once we see something, once we start to click on it, or even more so, once we start to show it to our users, there's still should always be iteration in that. That's part of it being a creative process, right? Same with music, right? You're going to listen to the song and you're going to go back and say, you know what? I think if I change that lyric, it's going to flow a little bit better. So let me do another round, or whatever the case is, right? So talk a little bit about you just showed a great example of doing, relatively simple application, but a one shot at the note taking application. But how would you go about iterating that and doing a few more cycles with that after you were testing it with users?
Yeah, definitely. It will be very rare that we can create a complete application from one spec. Same
Right.
as it is very rare to finish producing a song just with one spec. There are multiple features or multiple steps or phases into becoming the initial input, like the raw vocals or the raw instruments, and to convert that into the final product. And yeah, the waterfall illusion is actually one of the main challenges of the spec-driven development methodology. The important thing to have in mind here is to not treat specs as something that has to be airtight, adjusted, but more like a living hypothesis of what
Right.
we want it to be.